Friends, right after the great flood of Noah, even the pagans knew that Noah's God Yahweh was the true God. But the only issue was that people like Noah's disgruntled son Ham and his grandson King Nimrod misled people to rebel against God, blaming him of destroying all their ancestors with the flood. Normally, when people worship some man-made gods, they will offer them whatever that seems precious to them. However, Yahweh being the original, he has his likes and dislikes and the reasons behind them, and no one can do anything about it. Even though he has reconciled quite a bit with humanity because of his son Jesus, he was strict with a lot of things in the beginning, such as breeding horses, melting iron, keeping dogs, having children outside a wedlock, and so on. When Moses was erecting a sacrificial altar, he told him to use only natural stones, not the ones chiseled with human hands. In the same manner, he hated bricks as well. For example, Abraham, who had lived in his father's palatial quarters, became a tent dweller after meeting with Yahweh God. Now, in the Tower of Babel scene, we come to know that the builders of the tower had journeyed from the east and settled at the plain of Shinar. Do you know what lies on the eastern side of the plain of Shinar? It is the formidable range of Zagros Mountains, friends. The only way to reach Shinar from the east was by the sea, which was not uncommon in those days. Now, can you guess what laid to the east of them? It was the Harappan civilization, which had well-established trade links with Sumer. Isn't it also true that the brick making the Harappans were famous for? In fact, God was not very happy with them either. God dealt with that whole region for a few different reasons, such as breeding horses, the sin of Matsya kingdom, and brick making as well. He dried up their rivers. Coming back to Sumer, we all know that God confused the language of the people and scattered them. With reference to the biblical genealogy chart, this event occurred around 3030 BC. Hardly 10 years prior, Inanna, the water nymph from Lucifer's abyss, had killed King Nimrod and took over his throne as Queen Semiramis. In fact, she was also present at the Tower of Babel incident along with her infant son Tammuz. That's why people who got scattered from there remembered a mother and a son and started worshipping them in various forms in their new settlements. Like many people think, Nimrod was not there. Furthermore, do you know that apart from destroying the tower and scattering the people, God dealt with that land as well? In those days, the shores of the Persian Gulf used to stretch deep inside the land of Sumer up to pagan centers such as Eridu, the home of the Absu temple of god Enki, who is the devil, and Absu meaning the abyss. Please watch my video Enki is Lucifer on this topic. While the common consensus among the scholars is that sea levels rose in those days and engulfed many land portions, God did the opposite of it in Sumer. He pulled back the Persian Gulf about 150 kilometers from Eridu, sending a direct message to Enki, the Lucifer, and his water nymph queen Semiramis. Today, Eridu is nothing more than a tall mound of dirt and potsherds. The fate of Harappa is nothing better either. Year after year, for millennia, trade winds from the Arabian Gulf, rich in moisture, blow toward the Himalayas and rain over the mountains, totally skipping the once Harappan region. All these curses will be lifted When Jesus returns to earth and establishes kingdom, God says the following about that time: "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." That time is not far away, friends. Meanwhile, stay close to Jesus, because there is a short-lived evil time that precedes this time of plenty and peace. Thanks for watching.